Alright, SeKo Starcraft, this is a replay I'm casting. I wanted to show that first screen so you know that I was actually up against a Diamond League player playing unranked right now on a little bit of ladder action. But because I'm going PvP and it's unranked and he's Diamond, I'm not going to play standard straight up game. And the reason I wanted to cast the replay is because I couldn't talk much during the game because it was epically difficult, to say the least. Required a lot of shittiness. As you can see, I'm sneaking a probe around beautifully, just outside of vision. A little, my timing was slightly off on this because I didn't, want to build outside. Sometimes if you build outside the base, they can get sentries out eventually. They can cause a lot of problems. I mean, this takes a little bit more to force field this ramp. And down goes my gateways, nice and fast. On this side here, his gateways about the same time, but I have my two gateways. Up here, he's going to come in and see nothing and commit to scouting. And sure enough, he will find it right away. And now behind this, I made a really interesting choice. I'll slow back down again. Made one very interesting choice, and that is that I took a gas. And this is because now that it's scouted, you've got to anticipate as a Protoss player what they can do is they actually can get out a mothership core, and if you don't have gas in the cyber to start making sentries, you'll actually be in a lot of trouble. So in this case, what I've done is I've taken that gas because I'm going to eventually need it here. He's going to do a different type of defense here. He's going to go with cannons. And this is going to play very interestingly into this game. My zealots are already out and on the way. And I'm going to start to come down here and I'm going to be able to get in. Maybe put a little bit of work in. Saved up all my chrono boost obviously. Start beating on a little bit of probes. I see the cannons going down. I know I got a bit of time, but cannons aren't the be all end all, right? I would have probably preferred to go cybernetic score into mothership core if I was this guy. I've already got 3 zealots out, more on the way, and one thing very important is he kept this probe over here, and that's going to factor into things later. I've got hold position on my zealots, so they're going to work away on this. Happily, I've got one hit ahead against Velux's Protoss, zealot here. So I do focus down that one hurt zealot, but now he doesn't have a gateway in place. He got a cybernetics core down, importantly, but his gateway is done. I know that my zealots can't get in here, but back at home, I actually unfortunately took my probe out of here. Otherwise, I would have started my cybernetics core down here. But I'm just starting my cybernetics core now, and my spider sense is kind of tingling here in just a second. I'm thinking, why? He hasn't done anything yet. Wait, he's got a forge. He's got to be totally cannon rushing me at this exact same moment. So I will come down and scout it, but unfortunately for me, he got down just a few too many buildings, and I didn't pull enough probes. If I pulled a few more, perhaps I would have gotten this under control. But now that his cannons are finished, and I can't get the surface area, I'm just going to abandon ship altogether. I'm just going to give up on doing cannons. But at the same time, I've already started making stalkers. The problem is, I've lost a lot of mining to come do this, so I've just got to sack it at this point. I realize I'm on a clock with my base. It will die soon. On this side, surprisingly, he's starting a zealot. He doesn't have the gas, I guess, to be able to get out. He wanted to take off of gas to have more minerals to get his cannons out. But he's targeting down this gas. Probably been better for him to start on this nexus earlier. All of my probes are out of distance, and now the stalkers can start. This is where the micro gets weird for me, because I'm worrying about back at home I'm getting killed. Over here, I'm trying to get my stuff in the perfect position. I've got to dance around zealots, and still make stalkers. So this is actually, there's a lot of micro happening right now. As you can see, I'm starting to take damage on my stalker because hold position costing me a little bit more than I wanted to. Not the best micro. Once again, I don't play Protoss. I don't pretend to be good at Protoss. So the micro challenges I face here are real. But I'm getting better at my stutter steps. Take down that stalker easy. Pylon goes down. He's going to try to fit a cannon in here, but he doesn't have anything else. He's got no other pylons on this side after this one goes down, and this is going to be a big problem for him. Once again, still getting cannon rushed in the face, but I'm going to evacuate one probe. If I was him, I wouldn't have minded cannon rushing from the other side so that I couldn't escape potentially. I would come to probes to fight, but I still have 4 or 5 zealots in here wailing away as well. He's positioning pretty good, but everything's getting on top of the cannon still. Still 2 Zealots in the mix. The Sim City around here is just terrible. The Zealot's putting in a ton of work. He's losing a lot of units. Down goes the cannon. I want to make sure my stalkers don't get surrounded, so they're going to pick off probes while he micros against the Zealot. And I'm going to evacuate all of my probes out of my base because the Nexus is now dead and he takes my base. Once again, if he had cannoned the front, this game could have gone on a lot longer. But unfortunately, this huge investment of defense isn't going to help him. Shoot down his pylons here. I mean, I probably don't need to do that. I just wanted to underpower everything and make sure that if he is building something somewhere else, he wouldn't have supply to do it. And then I'm going to focus down the Nexus. Some luck. There was a little bit of luck in this, but it was a weird game. I was hoping he'd be a good sport about this, because I'm obviously playing a really shitty, not straight up game. He did not see me take the gold base. Unfortunately, otherwise there's one stalker. I think he's got one stalker left somewhere. Thought he did. Maybe he got killed off. But I will take out his Nexus. I know that he's building over here because I still have buildings in place. And my Nexus is quite a bit further ahead than he is. I've also got a good gas bank. So in my mind, I'm ready to transition into another shitty follow-up. I still have 2 gateways powered up on this side. I don't have warp gate technology, of course. But now I'm mining pretty good. I'm actually going to get ready to just move into the next stage of the game, which I want to just follow up with a 4 gate, essentially. Sad if you can't win proper ways. I really can't win proper ways. I'm super scrubby, obviously. I'm Gold League against Diamond League. Yeah, I don't play Protoss. Like, I want this guy to... Like, I don't want this guy to feel so sad about this, because obviously I'm playing cheese because I don't know how to play Standard. Super faggy. I thought that was a little inappropriate. Oh well. And that's where he just leaves the game. So I'm not going to hate on him too much for getting cheesed out of it, but really funny game, really interesting dynamics. It could have went either way a couple of times. These cannons got down the Nexus, or if he had built a couple in range of my mineral line, I wouldn't have been able to afford to get out the stalkers. You know, alternatively, if he had actually gone for, say, a cybernetics core instead of a forge and got out a mothership core and stalker, he might have taken a bit more damage, but his tech would have been in a great spot to defend and come down here and clean this up. So it was a risky build, paid off, liked it. SeKo Starcraft, thanks everybody, ciao.